Once again, here we are. Love, peace, and hair grease. Racial injustices must cease. Spiritual power and rejuvenation. Knowledge of self and education. Sex, color, creed, and religion may all be different, but nonetheless, let's make this clear. You're there and I'm here, and the message is still the same. God is still in control. So the differences make no never mind. And let's get on with it. Have mercy. Have mercy. And you know what? Let me talk to you real quick. Eye to eye. I'm not hiding behind anything when I say what I say. When I tell you, God is giving you what it is that you need to make it in this life. You don't get through something. You don't get through something with him just looking off, not paying you no attention, you struggling, waving your hands, trying to paddle in water that you can't swim in, and God don't know about it. He knows when you up to your neck knee deep in the things that you think gonna sink you or gonna drown you. He knows that. He knows that. And you should give him more credit. He's not an absent-minded babysitter that's just not giving you what it is you need to strive and survive in life. And it's foolish for you to think so. It's foolish for you to think so. You think you got the way you are in life? You think you got to something, he won't get you through something with just your physical abilities? With just the weights you lift and the exercise you do and the food you eat? You think that's what's gotten you to where you are? And all the while, he's just gotten you there just so you can fall flat on your face? Bruh. Now, some of us are from those households with the paintings and the murals on the wall that give you those enlightened poems, like the footprints. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You on the footprint. Oh, and the man walked, and he was walking with God, and he saw his life and timeline, and he saw it was 2 sets of footsteps, and then when he got to the most troublesome times in his life, it seemed like he was walking by himself, and he had the audacity, this asshole, to turn to God and say, well, Lord, why? Why, when I was at my hardest and most difficult time, there was only 1 set of footprints? And I'm not going to say it the way God said it, because if it was me, I'd have said, boy, you stupid, boy. Boy, that was when I was carrying your ass. You weak. You ain't never lift the weight. You ain't done squats. Your back ain't weak. Your back is weak and your arms are scrawny. You ain't never lift weight. You ain't tried to work out. I was carrying you then. Nigga, that was me. You actually credit yourself with having gotten this far with your diet or your ability to, deal with complicated issues. That was me, fool. That was me. And I'm gonna let you get away with questioning me this time, but next time I might just leave your ass in the sand, sinking. See, I am empowering people to look into themselves and realize just how much of you is in God because he made himself in you. And God is the same way. He would slap the crap out of you for saying some stupid crap like that. Yeah, he would. The wrath of God is powerful. Not enough to kill you, but just to let you know, you got a lot of audacity to be so vain to think that I would put you here just to watch you fail. I mean, come on, really think about it. And you know what? Yeah, I think my God would talk to me the way I would talk to other people when I'm trying to get them to do the right thing. He may use a curse word. He probably definitely yell at me. And I'm sure he'd get a little agitated at the fact that you're so vain to think that, well, God, maybe you could do a little better on this. Or maybe you could soften the heart of the judge and give us a light sentence. If you did the crime, you're going to do the time, and it ain't got nothing to do with no judge. And I think it would be acceptable for me to hear God just cuss me out when I say stupid stuff like that. If you got a mother and a father, and you complaining about, they don't give me my own room, or they don't give me toys, I think you should get cussed out. I think you should get cussed out. I think you should get cussed out by the Lord in a way that makes you realize, you stupid son of a bitch. Boy, you don't deserve none of that. Your grades is crappy. You're a terrible kid. And until you improve, you shouldn't expect nothing. If you in a relationship with a woman and she don't do this or she don't do that, and you got the nerve to chance that relationship by going out and doing this, that, and other thing, and she's still loyal to you, yep, I think you should get an email from the Lord saying, you pooped the son of a bitch. You got the nerve to do wrong by this woman, and she been standing by you, and you ain't been what's a damn since she met you. I think you deserve to get cussed out. I do. You got a job doing this during this pandemic, and you should be on the doggone front lines of the unemployment line, but you got a job that's giving you partial pay, giving you this time off, letting you work from home, and you're going to complain about the little work you got to do, knowing in this time you should be practicing social distancing, and you complaining to somebody else? Absolutely. I'd like to hear you get cussed out by the good Lord Almighty. I want to hear it loud and proud, and I want him to call you pinche cabron. How do you dare say something like that when some people is unemployed right now and can't even get their packets through because there's so much unemployment going on, they can't get them processed fast enough. You know, when you work your job, it takes up so much of your time, and you never really had the free time to spend with your kids. This pandemic is in itself somewhat of a blessing if you're safe. You're testing negative, but you have to be there with your kids, and it's probably more time than you ever spent with them. But when you didn't have time, you was hoping you could make time. But now that they're there with you, oh, I'm pulling my hair out with these kids. They need to open the school back up. I'd like to get somebody to get you in contact with God so he can cuss you out decent and let you know how blessed you must be or should be to have your kids with you, happy and healthy. You may have to educate them. You may have to give them some education because they can't go to school. It may take a little bit of your time, but since you got it and they're there, you should stand proud and teach your kids something. Maybe learn some of your own retarded, ignorant ass self. And you should be thankful for that. And you should be giving praise instead of giving grief and complaint. That's exactly what I think. But I like to come from God. I like it to come from God. Firsthand. Sign God. Dumbass you. P.S. Stop acting like a bitch.